Hello everybody and welcome to Battleground Games Live.
Hello.
I am the disembodied voice of Andrew.
Yes, you are.
Hi everybody.
How's it going?
We're in the loft at Battleground Games and Hobbies in Abington, Massachusetts. And I'm actually not here today. I'm normally the host for these things, but I'm going to have to go downstairs and do some work. So I leave you in the capable hands of...
Hey everybody, it's John Toomey again. You can find me at the Disgruntled GM Podcast at disgruntledgmpodcast.com. We're also on iTunes.
I'm Daniel. I'm just John's friend, here to join for the stream.
And you guys are playing something new. John, what are you playing?
We are playing Great Western Trail, considered one of the best games in 2016.
Awesome. I'm going to switch to the overhead camera so the chat can see this. There is a lot going on this board.
Oh, yes there is.
And I know you guys are going to have a ton of fun just explaining what's going on here.
Essentially. So we're going to try to keep you guys updated as much as possible while we're playing this game.
And I'll be downstairs, so if you have any technical questions or anything, just give me a text or a message or something.
Shouldn't be a problem, I think. So, so we're good on the board.
Yep.
Thank you, Andy. So, essentially, through this game, we are cowboys going across the Great Western Trail, trying to get to Kansas City and sell an abundance of cows. We have a bunch of cows in our custom-made starting decks of player cows, which you can see here. And I'm going to just move over here to the zoom. There we go. As you can see right here, we got like some beautiful Black Angus or some Dutch Garlet Belt cows, and a few more generic ones like just a lowly Jersey cow. So I'm going to be playing the red player, Dan is going to be playing the blue player, and basically the game's objective is get as many points as possible. Because what do points get you? Prizes! And yeah, that's essentially it. The way we acquire these points is by selling our lots at Kansas City, using actions on the board to make money and more points, and trying to move down this train track so we don't have to get lagged down by extra benefits, which gives a lot of different ways to win. We have the option also to buy workers to try to help us make our cost of living much less. But there's a lot of strategy to play. Are we going to move towards a train strategy, just trying to avoid all these nasty hazards, while also trying to acquire these extra points at the end of the game? Are we going to focus on placing as many buildings as possible to leave hazards for our opponents? Are we going to try to clear as many hazards as we can think of? Or are we just going to try our best and not lose our minds? There's a lot of moving pieces to this game, but we are extremely excited to. It's a deck builder, a Euro game, and unlike a lot of other games I saw, I was extremely interested in playing it. I hadn't read the rules out very much, but we are working on that as we go along. And once again, this is Dan. He is one of my friends from school, and he's pretty cool. He's a very talented board gamer. Very, very good. So we are in a lot of good, capable hands. So, as of now, you'll notice the board is pretty much empty. Unlike a lot of other games, we actually get to put on our own tiles for the game. So let me just... that we can actually place on the board itself and customize it, which gives a lot of replay value to this game. Oh yeah, there's also like hazards, like waterways that have been blocked off. There are natives that are dangerous, or we have like things such as landfalls and earthquakes. But yeah, that's essentially the game in a nutshell. And we decided beforehand, the player who goes first gets less money, so Dan always likes having a bit of cash on hand. So I'm going to be going first. So essentially on the game, we're going to be doing three things during our phase. We're going to be moving, doing actions or doing things at Kansas City, which we'll get to when we get there. And then we draw back to our hand size if we need it. Oh, and we start the game with 4 cards in hand. And so, let us begin. I'll try to explain each location, and we may need to look up the locations as we go along. But essentially, just we're aiming to do our best. But I think it's going to be fun. What do you think, Dan? Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
All right, so starting off. Our starting movement as players is 3. So I'm going to be moving from the starting location all the way to just here. I'm going to actually start out at, the first location. Now, what this symbol means is at this location here, I have 3 options I can choose from. I can do all 3 in any order, but I can just choose to do no options. So the first option I'm going to do is I'm actually going to discard a white curtsy cow to my discard pile over here. And in exchange, I get $2 from the Dollar Trap. And I get to add that to my pile. Then for my next action, I'm going to actually buy a worker. I can do that at 0 extra cost. So I'm going to actually spend all of the money I just made. And the only thing I'm able to buy currently, because of the restriction that you cannot go, I believe, directly above the location, or maybe it's right next to you. If not, I would gladly like to buy that. So just give me 1 second. Oh, I spent 1 extra? Thank you very much. Oh no, I had $8 and it's, oh no, it's 6. It is 6, my bad. 1 second, I just need to clarify something. The first area of the game. Hire 1 worker. Yes, I actually got a choice between either a craftsman or an engineer. There are 3 different classes that you can buy also in the game, so I'm just going to show that off real quick. Can I get those passed over? I'll just grab these. Okay, thank you. You can hire cowboys. Oh, they're able to give you more cows, which are very helpful. They go on your track like so. You have craftsmen. They're really good at helping you get buildings on your board. And finally, you have engineers. Ah, thanks for the bits. That's awesome. Almighty. That's so cool. Thank you so much. And we also have engineers. Very useful for getting your trains across the board. There you go. But as the first action, I cannot buy from the row next to me. So I have an option now. So hold on. Yes, we're back. So I just want to make sure they're able to see. All right. So I have 2 options. I can either get a craftsman or an engineer. So what I'm going to actually pick up is, I think I'm going to go for an engineer. The engineer is purple. Okay. Thank you very much. So I take this guy, I put him on my area, and now I've unlocked a power on my chart. So as you can see, we also all have these custom charts that are very useful, and they're covered usually with some kinds of markers, and right there are the areas that unlock more abilities, such as buying people for less, getting some money by trading out cards. A very useful thing. And yeah, these are usually all covered up. So now I've unlocked this power, which means I'll be able to earn this component of the game called merit more easily. And yeah, next I have to use any actions, which I've already done. I finish my movement, and then I draw back up to my hand size, which is 4. So I use 3, I draw 1, and now it's Dan's turn.
Okay. I will also move to the same location.
Yes, that is also what's cool. You do not block off your opponents.
I will not be discarding any cows, but I will be purchasing a worker for $6.
Okay.
I will purchase an engineer as well.
Oh, you cannot actually buy from the row that has.
I will purchase the craftsman then.
That's good.
And that's it.
You did not discard any cards, so we're all set. And now it's my turn again. So, I'm going to be moving. You'll notice with all the empty space, when there's empty space, we just go between the areas. So I'm going to actually stop at the next location. And the next location is, I can discard a Dutch belt to acquire $2 more. So I'm going to do that, start getting rid of these bad cows, awful cows. And then I have the option, I can now finally play a building. To play the building, I believe it's within the area of where I have it. So give me 1 second so I can get a rules clarification. I know we don't normally, we just usually play it by ear on stream. But with this one, there's so many moving parts. I just want to clarify if we're doing anything wrong whatsoever. So I apologize if that gets in the way at all. Please enjoy. So, as clarification with that building's ability. Okay, so play one of your private buildings onto a building space on the trail. So, by performing this action, choose one of the private buildings of your game board and either place it onto an empty space of the building, any empty building space, or use it to replace one of your already existing private building tiles that is already placed on a building space on the trail. Reminder, the side of each building in the first game is side, yep, you already know that. These all are also double-sided to add even more replay value, which is a lot of fun. Before choosing your building, make sure you have enough craftsmen and that you can pay the cost in the tile. So I'm going to be building one of my 3 level 1 abilities, and I'm going to build actually this one. Right there, I can trade in a white cow, essentially, that's level 2, for $4, and I now have the ability to go to the market and buy more cows. Very useful ability. And Dan, it is your turn again. I go back up to my handsets.
I will move to the same location once again.
Okay.
I will discard a Dutch belt for $2.
Okay.
And I will spend those $2 to purchase this building.
Ooh. Now here's the thing. The other thing about this game that's interesting is, essentially when we play our own private buildings, we're not exactly blocking each other off, but we're putting down hazards. To move through those buildings and areas, we actually have to pay the player that has the building in the area at their set price, which is great. So based on what color the building is, usually they have like some sort of sign of like a hand or anything like that. But in a 2-player game, it's always going to be $2 to either one of us if we pass over a building that is not our own. It is very good. All right. And are you doing anything else? You're all set?
That's it.
Okay.
Draw back up.
Okay. And you always have to move in this game. You do not sit down because that's going to burn daylight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use one of my abilities. So I'm going to use this engineer's power. I'm going to discard a jersey and I get a merits. Very useful. Next, I'm going to be moving. God damn it! I'm going to try to avoid that hazard. So, what's also cool about the game is there are branching paths that you can take, but you always have to follow along the arrows. So, I avoided that, and now I have the option to, in exchange for lowering, I can decrease my my merit again, or get one of these objective cards. Or I'm able to use, for each engineer, I can move my train up once. Well, actually, I can do this action no matter what, or one of these 2 actions because they're divided by a dissected line. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lower my merit again, and I'm going to be moving my train 2 spaces. So I'm moving this train of this area to 2 spaces. Now what these trains do they basically will be moving down this track to help us make it easier to travel cattle to certain cities across the world and get us more money and more points. And Dan, now it's your turn. Oops.
I think I'll avoid the hazard as well. I don't have much money, so I don't want to pay you.
Okay.
I'll move my merit down 1. And since I do not have any engineers,
oh no, you have 1 engineer at the start of the game.
Then I will move my train 1.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to move. I'm actually going to do this then. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. So, with what I just did, I have the ability to move 3 areas. I'm going to move my train 2 more locations to stop number 4. then I'm going to be able to do 2 of these actions on my player board that are listed as auxiliary actions. This is an action you can always take if you do not take the action of the tile. And my action is I can do 2 actions. So for my action, I'm going to do a recycling mechanic. So I'm going to discard 1 card I don't need and draw another card. And then I'm going to be able to get 1 money. And now it is your turn, Dan.
I will move. Stop there.
Okay.
I will discard the black Angus.
Okay, you get $2. And are you going to visit the cattle area?
No, I do not have the money.
Alright.
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to... Good question. I'm going to move... Well, there's nowhere else I can go, so I have to head towards Kansas City. So would you please move me to... Alright, so now that we're at Kansas City, I have to do the 5 sub-actions at Kansas City. So the first sub-action is I pick one of the first 2 starting tiles and I place it on the board. So please give me one, I'll take the green one. Okay. And I have to place this TP at the lowest area location based on this track here of numbers. Next I move on to phase 2. So I'm going to put a cowboy on the board. Yep. Next I move to phase 3. I'm going to put an engineer on the board. Next I move on to phase 4. Now phase 4 is math. Legitimately it is math. So what it does is I look at my hand, I reveal it, and I basically add up all the cows I have in my hand, which is a total currently of 5 cows. Next, I'm able to place these cows. I can also spend any of my acquired merchant value. Was it merchant value? Merit value, and add that for a total of 7. So essentially, right now I can acquire $7, which I believe I will do. 1, 2, 7. Okay. So these all will go into a discard pile. Then my train will be moving. Next I will have to pay my auxiliary and my train, because I can sell now to any city on this track to remove a disc from my board to unlock more abilities, and also make hopefully some victory points in the future. So currently I have a total of 7, and I'm currently located at Wichita. But I think the first area I'm going to go to is going to be... This is hard because these are all negative victory points around me. So I'm going to aim for Chicago. So to go to Chicago, I'm currently at 4. I have to make it to 6. So for each space in between, I have to pay $3, was it? Or was it $1? I think it was $1 per thing, right? In between?
I believe
the multiplier.
Yeah, not.
I think that's what it was, because before the multiplier is for placing buildings. I remember that. So I'm going to pay my $2 and place a token down at Colorado Springs. And now I've unlocked as an ability for -$5. Oh, I don't want to use that one. Hang on. Oh, what one do I want? I'm going to increase my speed, gain $1 currently, gain $3, and now I have a speed of 4. And that ends the Kansas City run. So now I move from Kansas City all the way back to the starting area. And that's the flow essentially of the game throughout. And now we can just basically continue turns forward, and if there's anything that's objective, we'll definitely bring it up and explain some new mechanics that show up in the game. But aesthetically, it's really fun and somewhat fluid from what we just saw. So that's really cool. I like games that are smooth. And now I draw back up to my hand size. Now it's Dan's turn.
I will move 2 steps, and I will stop here.
Okay.
I will perform the auxiliary actions, so
Okay.
I will get 1 coin. And I will discard a jersey, draw a card.
All right, I am going to be moving one space. I'm going to discard a white cow, gain $2, and I'm going to be purchasing a cowboy. To do so, I must pay $6. Oh yes, we also have to refill the fortune cracks. I forgot about that. Thank you, Dan. So can I please have that cowboy? Cowboy! Kaboom! And that is the end of my action. It is your turn, Dan.
I will go to Kansas City.
All right, so you got to do the 5 stages.
Put TP down.
Okay.
Craftsman.
Okay.
And I will pick Craftsman once again.
Okay, so that causes this to shift down. And to show when the game is about to is ending, once this marker here on the board, which is the job track, goes down, the player who knocked it down gets the victory points, and the game gets one last turn for everyone else.
Now I can show my hand.
Yep.
For 6, plus the merit for 7.
Okay.
And then I will place a disc.
Okay. So the closest areas you have, you can afford a lot for a faraway location. So where would you think you go?
I'll just pick Topeka.
Okay, Topeka, so you do not pay anything. That's good. Alright, now folks, I'm just going to be taking 1 second to check a ruling for a future turn, which is not actually abrasive. So I'm going to take my turn and then check it out while Dan does his turn. So, for my action, I'm going to be moving from here to here. What I'm going to be doing on my turn is I'm going to be discarding a Dutch, get 2 more money, and then I'm going to be spending, let me see, which one do I want to acquire? I'll play this one down. I'm going to play a new building down. I'll pay $2 back to the bank.
Yes, I get it.
I'm going to play one right here. This one that says I discard 2 cows of the same color and I can get $3. I also can continue moving my my guy. It's a good ability to have. And now, Dan, it is your turn.
Super shitty. I know.
So I'm going to
Draw up.
Permanent true shelter shouldn't exist. That plane shouldn't exist.
Alright. I will stop here. I will put down a Guernsey for $2.
I'll see you again.
And then I'll purchase one of these engineers for 6. And that's my turn.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just checking real quick. Okay. So for my action, I'm going to be moving straight here.
Okay.
I'm at Cattle Ranch. I cannot do the first action, but I'm going to finally go to the marketplace. So, down here at the bottom of the board, we have all these lovely cows that I can add to my deck to get more VPs and be able to sell for higher values at the end of the game. But, since I only have 2 cowboys, I have the option to either do any of the 3 things. I can buy 1 cow of any color of these 3 starting colors for $6. Actually, I can buy it for $3 now because I have 2 cowboys. Or I can buy one of these brown cows for $12, but they're worth 4 victory points at the end of the game. What I think I'm going to do, Dan, is I'm going to pay... Oh, okay, that was plastic. I'm going to spend $3, and I'm going to buy this delicious Ashire cow, which is worth 3 VPs at the end of the game. And yes, I do not believe the deck refills unless I spend an action to do so. I think that's how that works in the market. And I'm going to check that out right now. While I'm waiting on that, Dan, please feel free to take your action.
I will move ahead. I will not perform the first action, but I will spend $2 to build the building.
Ooh,
I'll put it right there.
dastardly. Okay, give me 1 second. I just need to check in. Okay, any cowboy that did not put or use divide cow cards may instead use the following methods. The cards from the market stack face up in the cow market. Any given moment while performing this action. Okay, so I believe it will only refill if someone takes the action to refill it. So that is, if you have excess cowboys, you can use it to refill the market. Okay. Now then, my deck was empty, and I still have 4, so I still don't redraw. So this actually stays here. Okay, so I am going to be forced to move through Dan's location. So 1, 2. So I have to pay Dan $2 to pass through his town.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Next, I can keep moving if I want to, since I have 4 movement. So I'm going to go actually this way, towards one of my own locations. And I will use its ability. I can now discard 2 cards of the same color cow for $3. And in exchange, I'm also able to keep moving, which is a great ability to have because of my cowboy. So I can move here. And I'm going to use, and let me just check to make sure if I can use that location's ability that I moved to. Give me 1 second. Okay, move your cattleman forward along the trail. This action allows you to move your cattleman towards another location along the trail. If you do, you must move at least 1 step and may not move more steps than the number of your icon states. So I can only move 1. So that's essentially what that is. On your location where you stop, you must then perform once more all phase B. All of phase B. So I continue to, I believe that means do phase B, which is using the actions of my area, or that location. Note that you do not replenish your hand of cards before performing the phase again. So, I can now discard a Black Angus for $2 more. And I can go back to the cow market if I want to, which is very cool. That's actually really smart location placement that I did not think of. But I am going to actually be spending another couple bucks to get myself another cow, and I'm going to get another Atshire. Okay, and that is my action. My hand is only up 1 card, and my deck is empty, so I must reshuffle.
I will go ahead
I'll
and
back
take
up to my hand size. Daniel, would you like to cut?
Sure.
There you go. We trust each other, so we always do this. Thank you. Draw my hand size.
I will go ahead and move forward 1.
So I am. Oh no, you're blue. My bad.
I will discard it into the 4 coins.
Very good, Dan.
I will go ahead and visit the cattle market. Since I have 1 cowboy, I can purchase a cow for 6 coins. And I'll purchase this brown Swiss.
Okay, sounds good. All right. My action, I'm going to be moving straight on down to this location. So, first off, I'm going to be using this ability. I discard 2 cards of the same color, and in exchange, I'm able to get $4. That's good. And then I just have to look up real quick, folks, what this other ability pertains to. Okay. Remove any hazard card. So I can remove any hazard from the game and place it in front of me.
7 coins.
In exchange for $7, which I actually am going to do. Because, yes, Yes, I'm going to remove this. Oh, you did not refill the. That's my comment. Sorry about that. I'm going to remove this water hazard and keep it in front of me. And yes, that is the reason for removing hazards is they are worth VPs at the end of the game. They also could be going towards using them for abilities later, effects later on in the game, which is very helpful. And that is the end of my turn. So Dan, go ahead.
I will wash your land, pay you $2.
Yes, pay the toll.
I'll stop here and discard 2 jerseys.
Okay. And you're also able to move one more space, Dan.
I'll go ahead and move up 1.
Okay. What would you like to do for your ability?
I will move Merit down.
Okay.
Gain 2 points.
So are you at 3 left? Okay. And
That's it.
okay.
Draw.
I have been forgetting to use my engineer power, so I'm going to discard a card to get a merit. So boom. I'm just going to clarify one thing real quick, folks, just to make sure that's not a one-off effect. I don't believe it is. It might be though, so I just want to make sure. So when placing and hiring workers, Immediate area. Immediate actions. Okay. Space hired worker depicts an immediate action. You must choose to either perform the action immediately or forfeit it. So actually, I cannot do that. So that is a one-time off action. So I don't know if I did that earlier. I apologize if that was miscommunicated, but I think that's correct. What? That's also something to keep in mind. Let me also check one last thing, folks, and then we can continue on with the game. I just want to clarify when we move our engines down the track, when things happen. So, I'm about to hit, so I'm going to show what I'm about to do. So I move here, and I'm about to hit a turnabout space. So, move your engine via the icon and move it to an area. Alright. When moving your engine, bear the following rules in mind. Except for the starting space. No space on the railroad track accommodates more than one engine at a time. This means that when moving your engine, you must ignore any space entirely that is occupied by another engine. As if the space was not there. Along the track there are several turnabout spaces, each belonging to a train station. Each turnabout space counts as one additional space between the 2 spaces it emerges from. So coming from a space which, with a switch, you can either move your engine to the next space or move it to the train station in the turnabout area. When choosing to move via your engine, you may move fewer spaces than allowed. However, once you decide to move on spaces, you forfeit any excess that you acquire. And next we have the ability to upgrade train stations. So, if you stop your movement at a turnabout space, which I think I am about to do, you may immediately decide whether or not you want to upgrade the train station. Attention! You can only upgrade the station if you do not. You can only upgrade the train station if you do not upgraded that train station before, which you will recognize because you are going to put your disc on it. So essentially, what that means is, no matter if any of your opponents already have a disc on it. To upgrade the train station, pay the cost depicted via the right side. So that would be here. Then, it does not matter if take a disc from your disc space on your player board, but bear in mind that the train station space does not require. I just realized I also made another mistake. This area is a white space, so I cannot take the extra movement thing. Okay, so I'm going to actually be doing this instead. What is it? All right. Okay, next. Give me 1 second.
I'm not planning on killing you this turn. I need you to spend
That's not it. That's not it.
I don't die next turn.
John reads rules of the game. Alright, that disc. Take that disc to the corner. as with the city delivery, disc on that space with the white corner, after you place your disc onto the train station space, whether there's a train station master tile placed right next to it. If so, you may acquire that train station master tile by appointing it to one of your hired workers as a train station master. To do this, choose one of your workers from the section of your hired worker track and place that on the rightmost space on the retrospective row. And when losing a thing, getting to place on your kids and acquire bonus points, which is really good. Move that from the row and place it onto the train station tile, and finally place the train station master on the board. Each train station comprises of two parts. The uppermost part depicts an immediate or a permanent effect. If you receive a tile of that immediate action, you either perform the action or the lower the action depicts a unique way to gain additional victory points at the end of the game. That's really good. So you know what? I'm about to pass here. So I'm going to pay those $2. I'm going to take a disc, and the space is white, so it has to be. So I'm actually going to remove this one. Okay, there. I'm going to acquire this upgrade. First, I have to send a man to do a job, and that man is Cowboy Reigns. He's engineered Bill. It's kind of a tradition that we name this as well. And now I can do either removing a TP, or I can acquire some victory, or I can remove a hazard. But I'm going to actually remove a TP. I remove this one. Oh, sorry. I have to remove the lowest most hazard. There we go. And I have to pay the cost. And I think that is it. And I now have the option to get more victory points if I complete 2 of these cards. And that is the end of my turn. Oh, no, I can do 2 of those actions now. So I'm actually going to acquire... Let me just see... I'm going to take $2 by repeating this action twice. It is your turn, Dan.
I don't think I was going to kill you, even if I saw you. I don't care about that. I want you to spend stop crying because
Void your building. And over here.
Okay.
Start a Black Angus for 2 coins.
Okay.
I will visit the market. I will purchase.
Alright.
Cost me 6 coins. And that's it.
Alright, I'm going to have to be moved to Jersey. So I hit Jersey and I stop. Now I'm going to do the 3 phases. First, I'll put down that water hazard. Next, I'm going to put down a cowboy. Finally, I'm going to put down that blue TP. Next, I do the calculation. I have 1 merit, but I don't think I should have that because I think I screwed that up. So I'm going to move that up. I have $6 worth of cards. So I'm going to spend that. It requires $6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 5 for 6. Next, I'm going to have to pick a location to deliver to. So I'm going to deliver to... What do I got? Alright, so that is Texas. 1, 2 to Santa Fe. I'll spend the $2 for Santa Fe. Now I acquire a white space. I'm actually going to acquire this. This allows me to move my train backwards and increase my merit. It's actually a pretty useful skill. This one lets me spend $1 to move my train. This one lets me spend a card and remove a card from my deck. So you know what? I'm going to acquire the bottommost of those ones. I'm going to place this down. And now I immediately acquire one of these cards. And the card I'm going to aim for is... I'm going to get One of these San Francisco. Now, give me 1 second. I just want to clarify when I attain this card, if there's anything I gain, please go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
Oh, I need to just move back to this area. Thank you very much. All right, go on ahead.
I will go over here. I'll go here. I will discard 2 jerseys for 4 points.
I prefer the ones that get sent off and they collect.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So Dan, while I'm reading this, what do you think of the game so far?
So far, it seems like it's been really good. Everything's progressed smoothly.
Oh, can you just refill the 3 objectives out of it? I feel like there's a good flow, and everything seems quite smooth.
I really like the.
You may perform this action to either choose one objective from the let me see. I'm just checking up on something when you acquire a general card. Yep, I get the immediate action for acquiring it, so I actually have to do 2 auxiliary actions. So yes, so those 2 auxiliary actions I'm going to do is, I just want to clarify that's what that bottom section means. Sorry, this is rule check to play through, everyone, but I'm just making sure I'm not making any dumb mistakes. Because I just want to make sure the game is played fairly. So, what is this iconography? I believe this means to remove something. Where's the auxiliary action area? Wah, wah, wah. Oh, here, no, that's not it, that's not it. Objective cards, auxiliary actions. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm going to up. Auxiliary action. Oh, here we go. Page 13. 11, 13. Okay. Move your engine 1 space backwards, then remove 1 card from your hand entirely from the game. So it's my hand. So I currently do not have a hand, so I can't use that action. Okay. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to acquire 2 more dollars. That's what that's going to do. It is now my turn again. So let's begin. I have to draw back my hand size. Okay. I am aiming to go all the way from Bibbity to... Yeah, I'm going to stop there again. I'm not going to use the first action, but I'm going to hire. I'm going to hire an engineer. Boop. 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 And I cannot use the immediate action. And I'm going to have to end my turn. It's your turn, Dan.
Even like, and then even in the games where you were going
I will go on ahead because
Alright, so what are you going to do? Okay.
Here.
Okay.
The cowboy.
Oh, it doesn't move unless that space is full. There you go.
Show my hand. Which is 8 points. Plus my 1 merit for 9.
On reverse.
Then I will pay 3 coins to place my disc. Otherwise,
it's a little 0 then.
Okay. Now it is my turn. So I'm going to hit up. I'm going to move 1, 2, circling around that entire area. And then go for 3. With 3, I'm going to be making peace, so I can clear one of these teepees if I want. However, actually, yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna complete that. I'm gonna lower my merit and increase the train movement again. Let's get a move on, folks. So 1, 2. Alright, it's your turn, Dan.
You need to flip another objective part.
I love you so much. You're beautiful, best.
There we go. Go on ahead.
Has the finishing potential of
I will.
calling Brian.
Cowboy for 6.
This is the only thing I have to correct.
You can purchase another individual for $2 more. I like that the game gives you the ability to choose what you want to focus on. Like, it's interesting, right? Because you can focus on filling up your area with characters to try to build basically a stronger engine to get more things. You can go focused on trains, which just to get you down the trail faster to get more objectives. Or you can just focus on playing out as many buildings as you can.
I think that's it.
All right, it is my go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. And my action is going to be an auxiliary action. Get $1. It is your turn,
How's
Dan.
it going, guys?
We've actually, after going through all the rules over again, it's been
Beginning to make sense?
very smooth.
Nice, nice.
Someone has to fill this in soon.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop here.
Okay?
Since I have 2 craftsmen, I can purchase a level 2 building
Level 2 building.
for 4 coins.
Okay?
I'll place it here.
Okay. Alright, I am going to do the following. I'm going to move here. And I'm going to move my train. Bibbidi bobbidi. I'm going to pay $2. Clear an area on my board. I'm going to clear this area.
Okay, so we spawn 1 gate.
Oh my goodness. Sorry folks, we had a little bit of a thing. And we're going to
That gate, there's 1 gate spawn, the monster spawns, so now we get a bunch of monsters for the rest of it.
Bing. I now have a permanent merit. And yeah, I'm going to also do 2 auxiliary actions. It is going to be getting $2 more. Your turn, Dan. What I also like about the game is, if you want to push for endgame, you can totally just push for endgame, which is always fun. It's really cool.
Go here. We'll grab this objective card.
One more, boy, one more.
I will get 2 coins for this.
Yes, you immediately require 2 points.
Nothing happened.
Then I will perform the second action. Start 2 engineers.
All right. Sounds good. Do you want to upgrade the train station? It costs you $2 if you only put a token down. If you do not do it now, though, it is forfeit. Unless you have the ability to move backwards.
I think we're
You're missing a lot of pieces.
2.
Very good. You'll have a VP at the end of the game. Oh, you cannot, it's only to play those enemies if you take this.
Okay.
So that's what those are for.
That's good.
Very good to know. Alright, and that's the end of your move? Or are you going to do 2 auxiliary actions?
I feel like playing wins and the combo with the
That's what this represents.
No, I was standing here. So.
Oh, right, goodness, I'm all confused. Alright, moving to Kansas City! Hit it! Alright, going to put a TP down. Now all the TPs are on the board. Okay. Next, I'm going to put down an engineer. Next, I'm going to push down another engineer. There we go. Pushing forward. Next, I'm going to show off my hand. Bro, I got $10 worth of cows. And I'll put that in for 11.
You have a permanent merit as well.
Oh, 12. And now, within my range of 12, I can place one in El Paso.
That'll cost you
1, 2, 3. Let's go to El Paso, and it's a black space, so I'm able to actually now do what I was talking about before. So now I place that down, and I freed up my area. So now I finally have that area of 1, and I get $3. And that's that. This is going pretty good. All right, and now I move back to the area that I started. I draw back to my hand size. Okay.
It also has a high ceiling.
I will destroy Black Angus for 2 points.
You destroyed it?
Sure, we'll say you got slaughtered.
Oh, come on. No, they're going to Happy Farms. They're going to play. They're going to play ball.
I'll perform the action of replenishing this.
All right, so you draw 2. Oh, very good. All right. So you also have 1 cowboy left. So you can also buy another card, a cow, for $3, for $6. Because that only costs 1 cowboy to do that action, and then another cowboy.
I'll hold on.
Okay. And now it's my turn. So my turn. Moving here. I will discard a Jersey, draw 2 cards, get $2. And then I'm going to hire some people. So I'm going to hire. I'll spend $7. Oh no. Yep. No. Yeah. No. Which one am I going for? Alright. I'll get $7. I'll acquire that engineer. Boom. I cannot acquire that permanent reward, but I'm also going to, for another $2, acquire another individual. So I'm actually going to acquire. I'll take a craftsman, because I haven't had a craftsman yet. And that takes all my money! And that is the end of my turn, so I draw a card. Go ahead.
I will stop here.
Okay.
Discard 2
Oh yes, welcome Tantos, all the cows. This game is actually going really well. Thanks for joining us on the stream. So, currently we have no idea who is currently winning. I think Dan's got more of a money engine based thing.
I'm going to spend 7 points to remove a hazard.
Okay, where would you like to remove the hazard? And I've more or less aimed for destruction of everything.
That's it.
So I think I wanted to check the rule again real quick with removing with piece going on. So hold on. I just want to make sure if you have to remove the tile that's the lowest or the highest when making piece. Because if so, making piece is actually a lot more valuable than I thought it was. So hold on. Because I don't think either of us has done it yet. Page 16.
You're making cadence. The level 1 time actually
Well, have a green. Okay, let me see. Trade with England.
You have 3 of those. You play
I hope you're enjoying your National Tabletop Day, Tantos. We are certainly enjoying ours. Play as many games as you can. Okay. You get to pick where it's removed.
Okay.
That's actually a lot more valuable than I thought it was. Okay. So if I remove this one, I get $10. If I remove this one, I pay $1. So that's horrifying. Really good though. Alright, so what am I gonna do? First I'm going to go this way. And I have to at least one. Then I'm going to go. You know what? No. I'm gonna spend cow. Go to house. Spend $4 to finally build something that is worth something. I'm gonna build here. And that's it. Go on ahead, man.
Performing on I'll move my train one back. Remove this jersey from
Okay, he is out of your deck.
and then
Oh, have you completed that objective? Oh.
I'll spend 1 coin to move my train back to where it
Okay. I'm going to use my action. Find out where I'm Alright, so I'm going to circle here. Then I'm going to actually move through. Bibbidi-bobbidi. And since I have no coins, I don't pay. So I have to now use this action. Move this for 10 smackers. I also get the TP. Yeah. Next I need to. Oh, thank you. Then I can do 2 auxiliaries, which I will actually do. So I will move 1 back, move the jersey. Then I'm going to also take a dog. That is the end of my turn. So I shuffle my deck again. Yes, I am. Welcome to Kansas City!
place the water hazard.
Okay.
Cowboy.
Okay.
FTP.
Okay. Would you like to cut? There you go. Thank you. Oof.
Yeah, I got 1 more.
Okay.
I will fill my hand up 9.
Nice. Are you going to use any? Oh, you do not have any.
Nope, no merit.
Meritless monster.
And I will spend 2 coins,
Wheeling it down.
placing a disc down in,
Santa Fe?
grab an objective card.
Yes, you do. Which one would you like? This one lets you basically trade out what's in your hand 3 times. This one is, and the rest are all auxiliary actions. Which one would you like?
Although I don't have a hand.
Okay. So I think that's 3 of 3 different colors. Would you like me to check what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Have one of your discs on a train station is one of your objectives. The other one is have 1 cattle with a breeding value of 3 in your deck. So you need 3 cattle of at least 3 breeding value. And you need to have one of your tokens on the train station. Alright. My turn. For my turn, I'm going to be actually moving quite far. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to be... I won't stop there actually. I'll move here. Boom. Gonna move my train. Boom. 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 Yeah, 8. And I have 2 auxiliary actions. For those 2 auxiliary actions, I forgot I had money, so I actually screwed up my turn really badly. Nuts. I'm gonna take $2.
No, you don't kill my yogurt cheesecake.
Like the Japanese.
Your turn, sir.
Promo pack.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I will just purchase a worker for
Okay.
cowboy.
You seem to be going for a cow-centric theme. Interesting.
And that's it.
All right, I'm going to be heading straight to Jersey. So I'd like to place down Hazard. I would like to place down an engineer. And I'd like to place down another engineer. If I played down a teepee, it would just disappear because all the teepee areas are filled. Next, I'll reveal my hand. I have $8 and +1 for a permanent runner. So I have $9 to play. I'm rich! Yay!
Okay.
This will take 10. Back 1. And the next locale I'm going to deliver to, I could deliver to Albuquerque. Well, I spent 8, so this is 10, 12, I'm at, so, yeah, I can't actually deliver to Albuquerque because I didn't have 10. So, I cannot deliver anywhere currently. So, it is now your turn, Dan. Thank you, and I draw back my hand size. Your turn.
We'll go right here. Start for 4 points. I'll visit the market. Since I have 3 cowboys, I can purchase 2 of these.
Yes. And did you just complete your goal?
I need the train station.
Oh, you do need the train station.
And that's it.
Okay, I'm going to be moving 1. Move me up to. I'll move up to there. I'm going to place another marker down. So I'm going to spend $2 more for my workers. And I'm going to play. No, I'll play here. Alright, it is now your move. Yeah, oh, hold on. Yep, that's your move. Thank you. Now we're at the point in the game, guys, where literally everything we're doing is trapping each other. It's great. Okay. Okay. Move 2. Let me just check real quick. I don't know if you're allowed to move less.
This is something that a lot of newer players have done.
I'll move this 2 for 10 points.
10 coins. And we're going to do the auxiliary action.
I'll change to target.
I found out why these are valued. If you place here, you can discard and get money. And you can upgrade there to keep doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move around your area again for the hazards. It's 1. I'm going to move. No, I'll chill there right now. I'll gain the merit. And move forward 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at another train station. I will spend. Boom. 4. Play another marker. It has to be white, so I will play this one. And I'll trade in another worker. So I got $2 right now. The worker I'm going to place down is another one of these guys. And because I did that, for each worker from now on, I'll get a victory point. That's what this transition is. Okay. So I think you know my style. I'm aiming for basically running the railroad. Your style, I'm seeing you're building a good engine out of your workers and basically trying to get dominance on that area. There's a lot of point getting in this game, so it's very interesting to see how it's going to go. It is your turn, Dan.
Stop here.
Okay.
Use a hazard for 7 coins.
Okay. So 7 coins, you have to pay the
With this.
Oh, that's not a hazard.
Yep.
A hazard has to be one of these.
Use this one for 7 coins.
Okay. Did you wish to discard anything for money? Or are you all set? All right, it is my turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. Hi, Dan. I'm going to discard 2 of these level 1s to acquire 4 coins. And then I'm going to use the effect of the area to remove a hazard for 7. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm going to remove a hazard, so I will remove this one. And I just completed my secret objective. So at the end of the game, I will score 3 points.
Oh, was I supposed to reveal this one too?
If you completed it, yeah, as well.
I completed a hazard and built 2.
Very good. I thought there was something with that. And yeah, I think that's the end of my go, so I will draw 2 cards. Dan, go on ahead.
Pay 2 coins.
Money!
Stop here.
Okay.
Move forward, choose the basis. Then I can do my auxiliary action.
Oh no, you completed that one, I think, because you already are at a train station. So you are good.
This one's done. I will exchange a card out. And gain 1 coin.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move here. Move a hazard. 5. North forward. Yes. I'm going to move my train 2 spaces because I sold that work. So 1, 2, 12. And then I'm going to do 2 auxiliary actions. Those 2 actions will be, I will spend a coin, gain a coin. So I spend that coin, move my train to another space. And it is your turn again. Okay. Okay.
Go for cowboy.
Cowboy.
Go for another cowboy.
All right. Game is getting down. Hand size.
My hand is worth 9 coins.
Nice. Okay. How much did you spend? 9? So you cannot go here. But you could go there.
It's just not good.
Okay. I'm moving, so I need those tiles, please. Okay. I'm going to be moving forward the let's just get rid of the TPs. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to place another engineer. And I'm going to place cowboy. Pushing for endgame. I'm master of the railways. I'm going to spend. I have 9 in hand. And I'm going to have 10 for a permanent. So yeah, 10 for a permanent. How did I spend $1? So I got $10 coming in. And then I'm going to place a marker, and I can place a black marker. So I'm going to place. I want more speed or more hand size. I'm going to get a bigger hand size. And I acquire another one of these cards. Their secret objective. Oh boy. So now I have 2 auxiliary actions, but I have no hand. So I'm not going to do the double one there. What I am going to do is I'm going to acquire. Oh, it's so hard. 2 more points. And that's the end of that. Back there, I draw back my hand size. And Dan, I believe it is your turn.
Cut real quick.
Sure. You're welcome.
If you kill that, it stops you having to place it.
We're almost halfway done.
Here.
Okay.
Purchase.
Sounds good?
And then I can discard a card for 2 coins.
Yes.
Do that.
Is that a card, or do you mean you need the white tooth? Oh, that one. Yeah, you need the great, cool. Sorry about that. And for more train speed, that's it. So, boom. I'm going to spend 6 on an engineer. Purple. Discard. Discard Jersey. Get 2 points. Going to spend 7, 5. Yeah, we spend 9. Get another engineer. And then I can buy another person for $2 less. So I'm going to acquire another engineer for $5. And I move this down twice, discarding a jersey. I am the king of the railways! Alright, draw 1, and now I need to shuffle and draw back up.
Move 2 spaces here.
Also, since I have an engineer here, at the end of the game he's worth 4 points. So and I have basically 8 points if I get it to here.
Put 1 here. Go around.
Right.
So it was 8x.
Pick up this
Oh, hold on, sorry. Forgot to throw down this one. You want this one instead?
There's 3 up. Guess what?
This one lets you move 3 immediately and you go ahead.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
So I gotta move 3 spaces.
Yes.
I don't think I put those in my space.
I will.
You're going to go over the train station? Okay. So you're at 8.
And I have completed this objective.
Oh, okay, great. Cool. Riveting gameplay! So crazy.
Then I'll move my train another 3 spaces.
Alright, catching up. Alright, it's my go, right? Alright, for my action,
I don't know if that would be
I'll move my nerd down here. Now, choo choo. 2, 3, 4.
I don't know if I have something
A marker. It has to be white. I'll play this one finally. And I get. I'll acquire this one. I need nothing but trains. Only trains. This is a dumb strategy, but it's very fun. So I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I think that's all I'm doing there. Look at my train! I like trains. Alright, your turn. It's hard, right? It's very hard. Yeah, that's a move. That's what I was doing. Alright, you got $6. There you go.
Spend $2 to move my train to space.
Okay. Yeah, you can't do it once. Oh, okay. So you need one space. Okay. My go. I'm going to be moving 2. I pass over the hazard, so I pay you $2. Oh, my bad. There you go. I'm going to acquire. Yeah, I'll acquire $10. Then auxiliary actions. My auxiliary actions, I'm going to. It's complicated, right? Good. I'll spend 1 to move my train.
That's what I was saying. Like, he just has an extra
1 to get my
card,
train.
which is, quite frankly,
Your turn, Dan.
yeah.
So it's very cool to think that, should I stop here or should I keep going? Because you want to race through to try to get as fast as you can. But to get those objectives, it seems like once you get going, the game really runs pretty well. It's so smooth. It's kind of like with Spirit Island when we were playing. It felt like how do these interact well? Or like Ethnos where things keep going. It's surprisingly balanced. It really is. I'm enjoying that a lot. What do you got?
Start 2 jerseys here, 4 coins. Take 5. And that's it.
Okay, I'm going to move. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, with that 4, I'm going to be moving 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We all knew this was going to come. So, boom. I can move a black tile. Oh, I've been ignoring my hand size has increased by 1 this whole time. Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb of me. Alright, I'm going to move this tile. I'm going to acquire one of these. I'm putting another train down. Oh, alright, but I still have my other objective to do, so I'm going to be. I love you so much. I'm going to do my two auxiliaries. One is going to be discard one to draw one.
Okay.
And the other one is going to be $1. Retrain back one. And then I'm able to send the merit back. Alright. Go on ahead, Dan.
I'll pay you 2 real quick. Move through there.
Money! Okay.
Move my train ahead 3 spaces.
Jared is now the circle.
I'll spend those 4 coins. Spend 4 coins.
Oh yeah, not 17. I bet whatever that light was.
Okay. Nice.
I'll do my 2 auxiliaries. Exchange 2, draw 2.
That's it? Okay. Moving to Jersey. Oh, I'm moving to Kansas City. I'm sorry. Alright. I'm going to put down that hazard. I'm going to put down another engineer. I'm going to put down a cowboy. Moving on. I got 10. So $10. Oh no, 10 plus $13. What's that? I have 1, 2. I'm not spending this. Or no, I will spend it actually. So 19 and 15. $19. Yeah, spend that. Then I'm going to be placing a marker in San Francisco. Spend 1 time. And I've just completed both of these cards. And yeah, I'm master of the railway, sir. That's so good. Oh my god. Alright, now I draw 6 cards. 6. And I need to be moved back to here. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you. Oh, that turn right there was worth the game. Honestly, that was worth the game. Just buying that to be able to do something that boss. That's so cool. Hey!
I've got 9 coins.
Oh no, sorry, I'm red, you're blue.
Oh, yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah. Got 9 coins.
Yep. I've been noticing that we're not very cowboy focused, are we? We're gonna hold out. Okay. Alright, my go. Move here. Put your white. Get $2. Alright, I'm going to be buying 6. I'm going to acquire 7. I'm going to get an engineer. Yep.
So that's all like, as I said,
Discard a jersey. Move merit down 2. I'm going to acquire another engineer. So that is 8. And filled up on engineers. Discard a jersey. Get $4. That's the end of my turn, so I'm going to draw some new cards. Go ahead, Dan. Wow, this is so good. Dude, the thing is, I'm not even focusing on my buildings. I don't care. I have the trains.
I'll go here.
Okay.
Purchase worth 5.
Okay.
Got to remove the hazard.
Yes, you do.
oh wait, yeah. 5 by
purchase another cowboy for 7.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, I am going to be moving quite a bit, so I have 4. So 1, 2, done. I'm going to move my thing down. I'm going to be moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. That's it. Go ahead.
What's the center if you kill it?
I really hope this train gamble's worth
I'll
it.
go here.
Okay.
Starts with 4 points.
Go ahead.
Visit the market. Since I have 5 cowboys, I can spend $8. Buy 2 of these.
Yep. Oh my God! You just upped the game right there. Seriously, that's really good, actually.
And that's it.
Okay. So I'm going to be going. I'm going to actually do something maybe a little unexpected. I'm going to do. Well, that's here, so hold on. 1, 2. Need more speed. 3, 4. So for each station I have in a forest, I get 2 coins. So I have $4. Wasn't that unexpected? Totally a useful city. I will say though that the level 9, that's really good. Did you see that? 13 VPs, max your freaking. That's so good. So good. All right, go ahead.
How are you supposed to get so many workers?
Work at it, dude. Yeah, 9. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, you build it on something else. You do the difference. So to build a 9, you would need a 3 out there. So yeah,
That makes sense.
I'll play another creature shark.
Here's your 2 coins.
there you go. Objective-based gaming. Okay, what are you gonna move?
This one. Which I believe I do have completed.
I think so. You need 1 4, 1, yep, and 2 hazards. And what's the automatic thing?
I get to move 3 or
Yeah, you ignore hazards. So you ignore this, or this, or whatever.
God damn it. That was like 4 2s in a row.
Okay. We're going to do the action. Or do you want to do an auxiliary? Alright, you get $2.
And I will refresh.
You still have 3. You still have a ton of cowboys to use. So you did that. Only cost you 1 cowboy. You have 4. You want to refill again?
Spend 3 coins. No, I'll just hang out.
So you're good? Okay. Source to cowboys. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move here. Okay, I am going to be able to use my train again. Let me see. I don't want to go. Here's the thing, I have a new strategy in mind, but it's like, it might be worth it, man. We'll see. So I'm going to be moving train. Whoop, stop, like usual. $8.
I wasn't attacking for taking the turn.
I'll play down the movement. Now I have free reign with movement and free reign with that.
Oh, it's still an unblockable. That's
Then I'm going to do
Oh, I see what you're doing.
2 auxiliary actions. $2 more. Go ahead, Dan. Alright, $2 please. Thank you.
My train forward. Stacy. And my 2 auxiliaries, so heal 2.
No, you're right.
I'm going to be going with Kansas City. Boom. 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 Alright. Boom. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting down TP, Hazard, Cowboy. Cowboy. Alright, hand size. 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 13, 16, 18. Okay? So $18. Boom. 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 Okay. I'm going to be selling actually to San Francisco again. So I'm going to take out.
Do you need a dark disc for San Francisco or no?
No, white can be used on anything. You need a dark to complete a dark. Like these discs can only be removed to be played on those. So there. Alright. That is my move. Draw back up, but I gotta reshuffle.
War mana.
Oh my god.
There too.
Cut.
I'm gonna put down this Sun Hazard.
Okay.
Cowboy. Protect Craftsman.
Okay.
Got 11.
Nicely done.
And I can put them down on Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, yep. Which will get you another objective card. Very good. You get an objective card. Which one would you like? I think you. Yeah, you have completed this one now. So yeah. There you go. And you can move 3, but you can't do it, I guess, now.
Yeah, okay.
It's strange. Alright, is that it? Yep. Okay. Move 1. Time to hire people. And 1, 2, 3, 4. $5 for a cowboy. Boom. Boom. Oh, I'll get that coin in a second. 5. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. Got it. Okay. $5 for cowboy. $7 for another cowboy. And I'm going to be ditching. That's not my hand. That's my hand. Wait for $2. Do it.
Real quick.
Oh, you got it. That's big. Yep. I'll back up.
Moving here
Okay. What would you like to hire?
for 6 coins. Cowboy.
Okay.
TP.
All right.
And
$10. Would you like to hire anyone else, sir? You've maxed out on cowboys. So those cowboys there, they're worth to you $8 at the end of the game. Good? Oh my goodness. Someone's playing Mario. Alright. Put me. Put me here. Oh, did you? No. Actually, I'm going to do the recycling action. I'm going to do the auxiliary. No, actually, hold on. Hold on. I need to think.
Oh my God.
5 movements. So 1, 2. Right.
Pay 2 points.
Where's the bank? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 to you. Remove this TP for $8.
I was hoping snack.
Top. Then, 2 auxiliary actions. 2 jerseys are removed from my deck. Yep. That's it. Okay. Okay. How do you like the Cowboys? I feel like it's so strange because it feels like they're like, I don't know. I feel like everything's reliable. It's so good. All right. Is that your whole turn? All right.
You actually have 1 cowboy, right?
You always have 1 cowboy.
Yeah, I used 5 to purchase these 2.
Yes.
I'll use 1.
You fetch the file? That's a blue cow. Alright, I'm going to be moving over to Angus, Torrance, and I will spend $12 for that delicious Texas Longhorn.
For 1 cowboy less, if you wish to do anything.
No, I'm set. Actually, yeah, I'll refresh. It's common courtesy. Yeah. Okay. Draw 1 card. Your turn.
2.
You play her.
You.
You play climax. You take stock. Defender has like 12K.
Okay.
Back up. Literally the same thing. And then you roast all the way to level 3.
Okay.
Just
Play this one.
you get your opponent and pulling out 3 by holding back, letting them
All right.
And then I gotta move 3.
this one.
Sail, your sail, you don't have to go.
Are you going to go this way from my mind?
Let's go here.
Alright.
Start with Black Angus. 2 points. Spend 1 of my cowboys to add more to the market.
Find those group. No more Longhorns? Wow. Something in the Longhorns.
I'll spend 5.
Okay. How many Cowboys did that use? Alright.
That's enough for now.
Okay. For my action, I'm going to be going. Let me see. I want to go where to? I guess I do. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so I'm going to be moving 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, actually, stop there. I've almost completely unlocked my character. And I'm going to do move all these worthless jersey cards. And yeah, draw 2. Go ahead, Dan. $2. One, two. Well, do you want to stop here and put one down? Or you good? 2, 3. You're at 18.
Refresh the card.
I forgot I have to move backwards for that. Alright, Michael. Okay, move me to Kansas City. First, I'm going to put down a hazard. And I'm going to put down, wait for it, I'm putting down a builder. I finally changed it up. And let's put down a TP. Okay. My land area. 1, 2, 3. Plus 6. So 9, 13. 9, 13, 17. So spend 1, it's 18. I'll do that. And the last one there. That was $18. I've completed all of these are gone. I have full access to my sheet, except for I need to play a
Can we clarify exactly how the game ends besides
I believe that's the only way for the game to end. Just to clarify, the game end is triggered when a player places a worker tile onto the last space of the job market. That's it. Do you need to call it now?
It's going to take a while.
Would you like to call?
Let's go for it. Yeah.
We're going to call it now? Okay. So, Dan, you still get, let's consider that last turn, my turn. You can go ahead and take your last turn. Yes, so you go.
Hazard.
Okay. Okay.
My hand is 16.
Okay. Back to hand side. Yeah, I literally removed every jersey in my entire deck.
Place with this. Anywhere between 6 and 2. Let's go with that pass.
Well, if you drop it at 16, you get 6 points. Otherwise, you need to, you get 6 points either way.
6 points either way.
Alright, there you go. Okay, now then, we have officially ended our campaign of Great Western. Dan, what do you think of the game before we score?
I think it was a really good game. I think my strategy wasn't as good as I expected, but this was my first time playing.
Same, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, now, the one thing I objectively hate about this, though, is we have a score sheet.
Okay.
So we now need to calculate our scores. So, here's what we're going to do. For every, we need a pen, actually. Dan, would you happen to have one?
Drop my bag with me. There you go.
Okay, so we're going to start off with this. I'm going to write down your name, my name. So first off, we calculate by money. So every 5 coins you have, tell me you get 1 victory point.
I'll just play this, rest 2, 15
You have 3 VP.
1-0,
I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, so 6 VP. Next. The players gain a sum of victory points equal to each of their private buildings on the game board. So I got 1, 2, 3. Yep. So I have 6 VPs. Dan, what you got? Did you only play 3 buildings? Oh, wow. Alright, 5 victory points. Next, we calculate this. The player gains the sum of victory points unlocked by placing their discs. Any negative victory points must be subtracted, of course. So, unlocked on the city crest. So, Dan, you got 6 VPs here. I think that's it. So, 6. I got 9, 18, 27. And I got 33. Yes, 33 points. That's what kind of my end all was going for. Next, the players gain the sum of victory points allotted printed on the train station discs. So Dan, you have 1, 3. I messed that up because I gave you 33, 6, 33. So you got 3 points. I have 3, 8, 14, 16, 18, 20. Next thing calculated is you gain victory points on your hazards. So for my hazards, I had 5, 8.
I have
11. Next calculated. From your deck of personal cards, victory points based on your cows. And there. Okay, I have 12. What do you got? 28 points. Way to go, dude. Oh man, this is actually getting closer than I thought it is. Alright. The players must seek out all objective cards she has still in his deck. So this is where you're going to score a lot. From all the cards entirely, and add the sum of victory points. So I'll do mine because I only did 3. I got 13 points from that.
3, 7, 20.
The average players are probably higher than the players, but
25.
overall
30.
skill level,
30 points. God damn. This is actually very, very close. Alright, next. This might help me a lot. The player gains the sum of victory points granted by individual tasks on their train stations. Yeah, that's only me. So, first up, for every 2 Michelin, I get victory points. 3 victory points. So I have 1, 2, 3 at the end of the game. So I get 3 more victory points. So 3. For each TP, each 2 TPs, I get 3 victory points. So I have 6, and that's 9. For each person, I have 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 9 is 16. For each 2 hazards, I get 3. So I have 1, 2. So 3. That's 20. Is that 20? 9 plus 6. We'll recalculate that. Alright, so let's start off
That
with
one was 3. Merit was 3.
So merit was 3.
CP was 6.
CP was 6.
You have 7 workers, 4, 16.
16. And I have 2 houses, so 19. And then this one's for every 2 goals I accomplish. 22. Okay. Next. The player gains 4 victory points for each worker in their above category. So I believe we both get each.
Or when you have 5 against 5.
Number 10. Alright. Players gain 3 victory points if you manage to clear their desks of their entire discs, all their discs, during the space of the game. 3 victory points if you manage to clear. Oh yeah, I did. Did you? Great. We both get 3. And finally, whoever ended the game gets 2 victory points by getting that little marker down. Let's just not ignore that. Okay, Dan. Okay, so Dan, calculate. Would you like to go first, or should I go first?
You have mine.
All right, you want me to go first?
Add mine.
All right, we're going to add Dan.
We also get more
Dan, you have 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 3 plus 11 plus 28 plus 30 plus 8 plus 3. 97 points. Great score. All right, here we go. We got 6 plus 6 plus 33 plus 20 plus 8 plus 12 plus 13 plus 22 plus 8 plus 3. 131. This is a fun game.
Yeah, I really like this game.
That was actually so much fun. Oh my god. Dan, I wouldn't have liked to play this with anyone else. This is honestly a great gamer game, I think. It's crunchy, it has a lot of elements from other games, and it mixes it well masterfully.
Yeah.
I was so intimidated by this thing, but my god, that was a fun game. And I don't think either of us knew who was going to win till the very end. I thought for sure you had like the full thing with the cow manipulation. That was so good. But man, everybody, I'm going to swap it over now. We're going to go back to our normal BG Live feed. So hold on. Oh, I don't know if it's running. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Boom. I hit the wrong thing. Oh, no, I am. So sorry, guys. I'm still not used to this. We're going to transition back. I apologize. All right, so concurrently, I'm just going to message to make sure that Andy knows. And we might be taking a quick break to possibly set up for another game in a few minutes. So give me 1 second. Thank you. We're going to do cleanup real quick, and we'll see how this goes. I hope you guys are interested in this game, because this is actually one of the better things I've played recently. That was really good. Oh, man.
These all go in a bag together.
They're all in the same bag, yes. Just separate your objective cards, the gray ones. All right. Separate your cow decks. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I loved a lot of the mechanics in this game because it just marries everything so good. Maybe not. Well, the theme actually worked really good. Oh man. I don't know. Would you call this a Euro, a deck builder? It just flows. So cool. Worker placement? I mean, what is this thing?
I couldn't say.
Oh man. And let's look at the other sides. There's some probably ridiculous powers on the bonuses. Oh wow, this is an interesting one. You can discard your glory cards just to be able to get more stuff. So that's pretty cool.
We got 4 coins, 4 train movement, and 4 movement.
Hiring people for less money? That's always cool.
This is a freebie.
Just free? Free money?
4 coins, 4 train movement, and you get to move after.
That's crazy. And that's the 8 one though?
Yeah, that's the 8 one.
Okay.
That's only fair.
Where's the back end's 9? Oh, okay, so that's, alright, so that's the best building in the game. By far, that's great. Let me separate these guys out. Okay. And yeah, oh man. Pretty gray. Well, yeah, the game goes up to 4 players. You're going to be sitting down probably for a little while with this game, but if you got a dedicated group, this one I would highly recommend. Yeah, like far none. It's really cool.
I think this would be a lot better if we had 4 players, to be honest.
No doubt, it flows so well. If we can get another group in, that'd be really cool. But yeah, I think it worked at the player count we had too. Like it wasn't boring and it just worked. The setup takes a little while, but aside from that, I have no complaints. There we go. Oh, fudge. How did that happen?
Okay.
But seriously, man, that was really cool. Alright, so, Dan, if you wanted to go ahead and grab Andy, because I don't know if he's seen my thing, he should be at the front desk. real quick and just let him know that we are all set. I will continue to let the audience know what is going on. So guys, we are going to be considering setting up possibly another game for later today. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream, and I hope you guys enjoy playing something yourself today. My recommendation for the day is probably Great Western Trail if you got a copy. Come on down, see if we have some in store. That'd be pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, 100%. Being the master of trains is so good to do. Master of Trains, fully endorsed by me. All right. Now then, I'm going to start putting away these tokens. Everything's set up. I'm just going to check the time, because this is going really well. There we go. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, so we're going to take a short break, right? Maybe
Yes.
grab something else to play?
Possibly in a few minutes.
Awesome.
Maybe just take a second to stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was so much fun.
It looked like a lot of fun. I want to try that game out. It looked very cool.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you in a little bit, guys.
See ya.